Okay, the first thing we want you to be aware of with the score 2.0 on the Google Docs proficiency scale are the differences between Google Docs and SharePoint. Now, Google Docs and SharePoint have a lot of different similarities. However, there are a few differences that we want you to be aware of. Namely, with Google Docs, the entire app can be found in what's called cloud, which means that it can be used cross-platform with any computer, any tablet, without having the need of the Microsoft Office package, and just simply having an internet connection. The second difference between Google Docs and SharePoint is with SharePoint, there's a little bit of a difference with the security. It's more local and under your own server with SharePoint, and you're able to control permissions and things like that with SharePoint. As far as the differences between the actual documents and files in Google Docs and SharePoint, with Google Docs, the basic structure of it is similar to the Microsoft Office package, except when you're using Microsoft Office, in reality, most people use probably maybe about 10 or 15% of what the Microsoft Office packages can actually provide. And the rest of the 85% that the Office products are capable of, people don't even use. So with Microsoft Office, you've got that wide range, but with Google Docs, what they are basically doing is giving you that 10 or 15% that you would normally use in a Microsoft Office package, except that's all they give you in the Google Docs. It's just that 10 or 15% that's all most people use with the Microsoft Office products anyway. So it's a really simple version, but at the same time, it should fulfill all the needs that you're looking for, as if you were working with the Microsoft Office products. Another distinct advantage of Google Docs compared to SharePoint is that with Google Docs, everybody's working with the same version. There's no, maybe like with Microsoft Word, for example, you have Microsoft Word 2007 and then 2010, which there's some differences there, but with Google Docs, everybody's working under the same version, which helps with collaboration. Also with Google Docs, it's very easy collaboration, as well as being able to share files, the documents, the spreadsheets, and the presentations. Finally, with Google Docs, there are many different ways to share files, such as the documents, the spreadsheets, and the presentations. And we'll get into more of that sharing under the score 3.0 of the Google Docs proficiency scale. Okay, in addition to being able to understand the advantages of using Google Docs when compared with SharePoint, the other thing we want you to be able to do at the 2.0 level is being able to create and view documents, spreadsheets, and presentations in Google Docs. And to do that, we go up to Google Drive, which is actually a newer feature of Google. It used to be just Google Docs, and now they call it Drive to provide more collaboration. So you go to Drive, and then there's the Create, and you start with My Drive. Here is where they take you to, and you can get more options down on the menu bar over on the left side here. But if I go up to Create, now you have a list of document, presentation, spreadsheet, and form, and we'll get into form a little bit later on down the road with the proficiency scale, but for now we'll just focus on document, presentation, and spreadsheet. A document is basically a very simple toned down version of Microsoft Word, where it opens you up to this untitled document, and you see a lot of similarities here to Microsoft Word with the sizes and the bolds and italics, underlines, and so on. But there are a lot of the frills and things of Microsoft Word that are taken out of it here with the Google Docs document. So if I start to work here, and then I go to Share, and for now we'll just have it go to me here as the owner, and we'll get into sharing with other people later. But for now, I'll just hit Done, and now I X out, and now on my drive, you see the untitled document, which is located right there. Now we'll do the same thing with presentation. which is Google Docs' answer to Microsoft PowerPoint on the Microsoft Office package. Now it gives you a theme, as this is relatively similar to Microsoft PowerPoint. Different types of slides that you can go with here. We'll just pick the light gradient. Okay, and now what you have here is basically the start of a PowerPoint presentation, but it's just called presentation in Google Docs. And once again, just like the document that was so similar to Microsoft Word, you see a lot of the similar tools of Microsoft PowerPoint here in presentation, but once again, just a simpler form. For example, you've got your new slide there. You can duplicate slides, delete slides, and start presentation, which is located right there, and that's the slideshow feature. So there you go. That would be just like a slideshow in Microsoft PowerPoint. So I'll go to Share once again, and I'll just share it with myself and go to Done, as I did with the document. We'll X out of that tab. And it opens up a new tab also each time you create either a document, spreadsheet, or a presentation. So now on my drive, you see the untitled document, which was the Microsoft Word, or the document. And then you have the untitled presentation located right here. And you see the owner, which is me, and the time that it was last modified. And finally, we will create a spreadsheet, which is the Microsoft Excel equivalent, or a little bit less than equivalent, but with Microsoft Excel in the Office package. Obviously, you've got your f of x as you would in the Microsoft Excel. Organize things just as if you were working with Microsoft Excel. Once again, a simpler version compared to Microsoft Excel, but nonetheless, still a lot of similarities, which makes it really nice, actually, not really having to learn about the documents, the presentations, and the spreadsheets, providing that you've already worked with Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. So if I go to Share, once again, and that's just with me for now, and we'll X out of this tab. Okay, so now we have a document here, a presentation, and a spreadsheet, and that those will stay up there until I delete them. If I delete them, those will be on my drive once I log in to Google Docs. And to do that, you just simply have to create an account if you haven't already. And that's just as simple as providing an email, which you can sign up for a Gmail account, and then creating a password. And it says here, My Drive is the home for all your files. With Google Drive for the PC, you can sync files from your computer to My Drive. So once again, My Drive simply provides for just more collaboration in a group project or something related to that. And that is where we'd like you to be with the score of 2.0. First of all, being able to understand the advantages of using Google Docs versus SharePoint, as well as being able to create and view documents, spreadsheets, and presentations under your My Drive.